Okay, so now we speak about how you can go about um, starting your freelancing career. Which are the websites you can look forward to? Now there are plenty of websites already in the market. Uh, it's important that you do your research. Whatever I'm sharing right now are few websites which cover pretty much all the skill sets. But apart from that, there might be specific websites, freelancing websites, where you can actually create an account. I'll just share those as well. So, so depending on the skill set and the level of mastery that you have and the competition that there is in the market, you will have to have an optimal price to get through. So, um, once you've figured out your skill set, figured out your industry, figured out your audiences, uh, next step is look at whichever website works well, and after that move to building your profile. um, how you can build your profile is go to some good expert users already there who have made a lot of money, see the way they bid on the projects. I'll share you as to how I do and what format you can use. um, so once that is done, if you are at the initial level, then you can probably have a minimal price, like a minimum base price, and as you go up you can definitely improve your prices. um, so example here is nowadays a lot of social media marketeers, but only few of them who know their stuff in and out. So the pricing can vary anywhere between $5 to $50 an hour, right? So a lot of competition right now, especially for social media marketing, from countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, who kind of go bid very low. So the competition is higher, even from Philippines, etc. But that being said, you can you can set your price. I'm not saying that you always have to lower your price, but an initial entry you will have to set lower price so that you get some projects. Don't worry about the money so much initially. Get some good projects, get some good clients, get some good rating, and then eventually you will know what are the methods which work for that particular site, right? So the first site which I work on is upwork.com. I think I've kind of opened it here. Let me just, yeah. So, okay, even before we go into the freelancing sites, I'm not saying that these sites are the only way you need to go about doing freelancing. You can directly go pitch to the prospect, whether it is by cold call or probably sending an LinkedIn message or a cold email. A lot of ways you can go about doing. I'm just sharing as to what has worked, because when I was running an agency, I've tried all of those. So I'll tell you the advantage with when it comes to freelancing sites. There are already people who are having a requirement and they've put across the requirement in detail. They've shared their budget and their timeline and their expectations, right? These are more likely to convert compared to you going out and pitching to cold customers by I mean, definitely there's a process for that as well. I'm not denying, but to get started you can expect to see some success here, right, if you follow the system properly. So like if you open here, someone's looking for a video editor who can work on Premiere Pro, Photoshop. Their budget is $700. This is posted about 33 minutes ago, and they've given all the details. They've given some examples. I can probably click on it. Right, they've given a lot of details, and if I they've given their budget, and if I look up, yeah, and if I look at their profile, um, this is someone who's there from 2013 on this platform and has only posted 4 jobs with 0 hires. So very less likely that they might recruit or hire here. But apart from that, few people also kind of touch base on the freelancing sites and then take it offline and connect with you, so that they save some fees, you also save some platform fees. But that is not recommended initially. I mean, that's not recommended at all. um, but there are a few people who are adamant on going offline and kind of dealing directly. So what happens is, because all of these platforms kind of monitor the chat, whatever you type, So yeah, and they might kind of block you if you kind of ask them for their phone number, etc. I mean, a direct way for me is I can pick their website if at all that is mentioned, and I can directly go and pitch there. But what I've seen is here on the platform itself, it works better. So there are a lot of jobs which are posted every minute. At least a few tens of jobs are posted every minute. Now I have already listed down my categories. If you see here on the left, right? Um, so you can choose your skills and list it down as well. And if you want to look for a particular keyword, that also you can do. Like for example, if I'm looking for projects only related to funnel or probably social media marketing or say dentist, things like that, you can search by the keyword as well. I think today being a Sunday, probably there might be less projects. Usually on weekdays, a lot of projects. So if you see here, someone has posted 32 minutes ago, one funnel away challenge mentor, and they have spent $80 so far. This someone has spent 100K already on Upwork, so you know the potential I'm talking about, right? This person has spent $90,000 already. So if you want to see, we can go and check his profile. This is the buyer, right? I can see here he's posted about 193 jobs with a 60% higher rate, and there are 7 jobs which are still open from him. He pays about $5.97 average per hour and has spent about $90,000, right? And I can also see here what kind of qualifications they're looking for, like rising talent. Rising talent is nothing but once you get some initial projects, some traction, then Upwork will automatically rate you as a rising talent. And eventually, if you do well with a lot of projects, a lot of revenue or income, then they will you elevate to a top seller. And English level, amount earned minimum. So it shows me whether I qualify here or not. And how many people have proposed already? How many people have bid for this project? How many has interviews going on? How many invites has the buyer sent? What is the bid here? So I think this is per hour, I believe. Yeah. So he's having a budget of $12 to $25 per hour. That doesn't mean that you can go directly pitch 25. I mean, if you have done projects in a similar segment and consistently you can show results, then you can pitch 25. But if there's someone who is probably similar to you or probably even little lower, but if he's able to give a 20 or $15, then probably he might have an upper hand. So yeah, and these are the different projects which are open by this client. Okay. So, like I said, there are a lot of projects which are being kind of updated 33 minutes ago, 32 minutes ago, 38 minutes ago. Like, I have only typed for funnel, right? You can probably do whatever, say, content writing. There are a lot of requirements. That's the reason I kind of like such platforms. See, 5 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, right? What is their budget? So, someone who's see spends $0, which means they're very less likely to kind of um, buy in. So what you can do is try and pitch only on those who have spent a lot of money already on Upwork and also pay well. Also, one more thing is there might be some buyers who might have just signed up today. Like, so obviously it might be still unverified or zero, which I can actually see. If I click here, I can see that he's a member from 2011, two open jobs, so he's not a very active person. So if someone is new, then that's a risk that you can take. The reason it is very you need to be calculative when it comes to bidding. Initially, I think we had unlimited or some high number of bidding allotments that we had. Like we call it as connects here. So if you see here, it requires two Connects is nothing but, you can think about it as coins, 2 coins to bid for this project, and I have 9 available, right? So I might obviously exhaust if I kind of bid. So if I'm very likely to win this project, then I might kind of go ahead and bid on this, right? So that's on Upwork. It's done well for me. Like I mentioned, I worked only part time on this, not full time, but overall, I think more than $5,000 to $6,000 I've kind of earned here. But this is over a span of um, you can say about 2 years or so. Not very active. So only now in the last 1 month I kind of started being active. Initially, I was running my agency. Then probably I was active for a year or year and a half, right? So that's on Upwork. Let's go back. So the second one is Fiverr. So this is one of my favorite um, places currently. I have also given links here, so you can kind of go ahead and click on these and you create your account, so on and so forth. So this is on Fiverr, right? So here the difference between Upwork and Fiverr is more like a store, right? Like an e-commerce store. There are people who are selling their gigs. Gigs are nothing but services or products that they want to sell, and you can go ahead and purchase them directly. Or if you want, you can also ask them to customize to your requirements. So there are a lot of categories here, like from programming and tech, graphics and design, digital marketing, writing, translation, video, music, business, lifestyle industries, right? So what you can do, like let's say I want to get a logo designed. I'm just showing from a buyer's perspective initially, and also you can see that this guy is a seller, right? He's someone by the name Sophia 1996, is a level 2 seller. I'll explain about. There'll be a new seller, new buyer, then there'll be level 1, there'll be level 2, and there'll be a top seller or a buyer. So they're saying that they can do a logo in $10. The advantage of Fiverr is you'll get everything dead cheap, right? So if you're freelancing, you can expect some income, but it'll be very cheap. Like you'll get less amount of income. But here the game is in quantity, right? People might not want to come to Fiverr to order like 100, 200, or $300 or probably $500,000 gig. They might probably choose Upwork or probably freelancer for that. But that being said, with Fiverr, I can see the profile directly. So I can see here the kind of logos that she's done. I can sort out, say I want a 3D logo, and I want a level 1 new seller. So these will be usually higher priced. So if I do a new seller, which country, which language they speak, what is my budget. Say I will want to spend about, say, 3,000. 3,000 might be about $50, right? So I can say my budget is $50. Say 20 to 50. I mean, this is how people will be searching for your services once you start listing them here. And I wanted, say, in a day. I mean, that's a wish list, right? I want a 3D logo and $50 within a day. You can demand whatever you want, and people will be ready. Say 24 hours. Yeah, you see, I will design a 3D logo in 18 hours with free source files. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous. A lot of competition for sure, but it's a very good platform. I mean, for a buyer as well as a seller. As a seller, you will be getting small amounts of money, but you can make that into a recurring one by kind of understanding. You might not get right away, but once you understand, you create your gigs, create your services. It's called as gig here, and then you will know how much traffic you're getting, etc. And then you can see how you can improvise it. So if I click any one of them, Few of them usually have three different types of pricing. Like they'll have here a basic one, $10, standard for $20, premium for $55. Right? They'll give five designs, so on and so forth. So I can directly buy, or I can contact them and check. I can also see their ratings and reviews here. So it shows you as to what and all you can expect. So that's on Fiverr. Overall, I think I've done about $3,000-4,000 on Fiverr. But these are all part time. Like I haven't been active in the last 2 years. So since I was working full time at QuickRed and Rapido, I didn't have the time. So only recently in the last 1 month I started kind of getting active, reactivated my profile, and kind of refreshing. So I'm nowhere an expert, but yeah, there's something which can get going definitely. Because there are people who do Fiverr and Upwork, or even just Fiverr, like day in and day out. They are there 24 bar 7, 24, at least 12 to 14 hours a day. They are there online trying to get projects.